right, it's the main event 365. I am Russell Wayne, and I'm going to introduce a man that needs an introduction. You can't just let him just like jump onto the show. The main event 365, the home of the bad takes right here, and I'm about to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, he is the king of Sting, the Count of Monte Frisco, the master of disaster, the one, the only main event Mike.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Night Main Stage, brought to you by the Main Event 365. I'm your host, Main Event Mike, along with the man behind the curtain, Russell Wayne, and the West Coast Statmaster, Mr. Greg Rice. How's everyone doing tonight, gentlemen?
You like that?
I love that intro, my man. I could get used to that.
Yes.
My lawyers will be in touch in the morning about my rider. I've got some specific demands that I want moving forward. I need my own trailer.
I know we're going to take all the green Skittles right out of there because they're
correct. As green as Greg's shirt.
True.
Greg Rice coming to us from the West Coast, representing the Honolulu blue and silver, wearing Packer green today. How you doing today, Greg?
Well, I'm fashionably incorrect for the show, but you know what, gentlemen? Life is a blessing, man. So glad that we're well into the season.
This is probably the first time you've ever been fashionably incorrect, Greg. A man of your pedigree, for sure.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead, Russ.
I just wanted to say we got Moneyappolis is already in the comments with a skull, and Chad saying sup Russell, and I'm gonna say sup Chad right back at you. You like that? You get a you like that? That's good. That's good. That feels good because I like that. Do you like that, Mike?
Can I have one?
Oh man, I want to talk about that thing that Greg put up in the NFC North, the huddle, and let me see if I can find this thing. I apologize because we're starting this new format, but this is very important.
Greg, this was a great post, Greg.
This guy,
it's something that I hadn't thought of when you posted this, because it kind of slapped me across the face. Because what an epic game that was.
Yeah,
I remember it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Week 1, the Detroit Lions open in Arrowhead Stadium against the world champion Kansas City Chiefs. And Dan Campbell said something along the lines of, look, man, we're up to the challenge and we want to face the champs.
You've had enough of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying what you got to say as a coach, but it's a little daunting to face the champs. But, Greg, you made this post that the last time these two quarterbacks went against each other, it was an epic battle. Being out there in Cali, I know you were close to it. What do you remember about that?
I just remember an absolute shootout. And before people just glance at the stats and be like, oh, there's no defense in the game. There was 3 defensive touchdowns that game. There were a bunch of stops. It was just such an epic battle of like extreme proportions. One of the most, there's 3 games, if I'm including our Dallas-Detroit Matthew Stafford fake spike game. 3 games that stand out in my mind. It is obviously the Dallas-Detroit game, and then the Dallas-Denver game a couple of years later. Manning and Romo had a great shootout, and then that Kansas City as well as LA Rams game. And, those are 3 historic games that I can think of over the last decade.
Right. Historic game, one for the ages, We don't ever see ESPN Classic anymore. But remember ESPN Classic, that's one that would be considered an instant classic. And we might see that in week 1 on September 7th when the Lions open up against the Chiefs, because the Lions, of course, had the 5th ranked offense. They got a couple of new weapons. And Sam Laporta, tight end from Iowa, 2nd round draft pick, is one of those weapons. And supposedly he showed out at minicamp. Russell Wayne, didn't you have something on that? I
don't know if I had something on that, but that was one of the things. He was a standout at the minicamp, and they are just running around in shorts and everything like that. So I don't know what a standout in rookie minicamp is, but they said that he stood out so much that it was kind of like him and then the rest of the pack. So I don't know what that means, but it sounds like he made a pretty good impression on the coaching staff.
Well, you take that with Jahmyr Gibbs and the added weapons that they had, the number 5th ranked offense in the league last year, and you add these weapons around him, is my point. You could see another shootout like that against that Rams team, because that wasn't a slouch defense the Rams had in that game. It's just Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes, and like Chris said, 3 defensive touchdowns. So
what are you going to do?
I'm saying is there's enough weapons in Detroit to rival the weapons that Jared Goff had in that game for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, John Dorn says that the Lions have no weapons.
Yeah.
That John Dorn just gets under my skin. How much
he does.
John Dorn just gets me right there every time. It's so simple. There's no brain power involved in his responses, and that's what grinds me.
Same old Lions.
Same old Lions. Got to beat our history.
Curse you, John Dorn.
Oh my gosh! If anybody can combat John Dorn in the comments, we'd love that too. Oh well, there we go. There's Minneapolis. I mean, you can always count on the Viking fans to tell the
John Dorn's like my kryptonite.
Yeah,
and that's good. And we are doing this NFC North open mic thing right at 7:00. So I mean, you can get the smack talking in early.
Please do.
This format we try not to, but if they're already getting it going, man, you better hold us back.
It's all right. It's all right. And you know what I really wanted to do is be able to, we're involved with a whole bunch of great groups. I'm talking
sir.
There's good football conversation, but it's mostly bad football conversation, and it's awesome. Just great for trash talking.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions main event, obviously that one's ours. That represents our brand of Detroit Lions football that you're watching right now. NFL, The Huddle. NFC North, The Huddle is about where you can get the most entertaining type of
very true.
Yeah, and we're going to explore that on this episode of NFC North Open Mic. Yeah, and as you can see, some of these groups are in there. Mike, you can go ahead with the next topic. I'll just keep that up so people can have a minute.
No, I think that's great because a lot of the things that we pull from these groups that we talk about, if folks do join these groups, they're kind of more plugged in, more vested in the show, and be able to track what we're talking about a lot better. So yeah. I think that's a great list there. You see NFC North, The Huddle, like you said, but there's also And We Know Sports, our good friend Grove over there. They got a good thing going on over there too. So yeah, definitely join these groups if you want to get in the conversation. Go over to our YouTube and subscribe and follow our page on Facebook. We do come at you live every Monday night at 6:30 Eastern time talking about Detroit Lions. John Dorn's talking about the Detroit Lions. He says, Do you think the Lions will have a top 5 offense again? Laugh my freaky weird ass off.
Yeah. I'm sure that John's going to be on here. And that's another great thing about joining these groups is you can go one-on-one with the great John Dorn in NFC North.
Said no one ever. No, it's a legit question, though. Last year, the Lions offense finished top 5, and John Dorn's kind of saying it to be poke fun at the lowly Lions because that's, you want to kick a guy when he's down. They haven't, been a good organization for 60 years. We're easy to pick on. I get it.
We are.
I get it. I get
easy
that.
pickings.
I get it. So, it's up to us to change that narrative. And I think, all you can do is do what they're doing.
Toss it
so
around,
yes,
man.
John Dorn, I not only do I think the Detroit Lions are going to have a top 5 offense this year because they're going to be better than they were ranked top 5 last year. Okay, so who got better? Certainly not the Packers. Who's gotten better to stop us from being better than top 5? If we were top 5 last year and we're better, doesn't it make sense that, yes, we're going to be at least that good next year? At least that's the expectation. Just like every team, though, we're one injury away from that whole thing derailing.
Absolutely.
So, yes, I do, because I think we got the horses up front on the offensive line to hang with anyone and keep our quarterback safe. And enough weapons and a good distributor of the ball to those weapons that we absolutely can. If we made enough strides on defense, to answer your question, Don Dorn, I say yes. What about you, Greg?
We're going into an offseason where teams have a whole offseason to overlook Ben Johnson's offense and what it's all about. So could there be a slight regression? Sure, especially with JMO out. That's not really my main concern, though. My biggest concern is just an improvement on defense. If we can stay within a top 10-ish offense and have a top 20-ish defense, I think we'll be perfectly fine. I think we'll be slated for a playoff slot. That sounds really weird coming from a Lions fan with expectations of playoffs. I just think that we were very well improved this offseason. And like I said, look, we're going to miss J-Mo, man. And you look at the strength of our schedule, especially our opening quarter, and I see where J-Mo could be effective against some of these teams. It is a big loss, but it's good news to hear that Laporta's coming in and making an impact. And to kind of tie into what you were saying, Mike, and what Russell was saying, the pajama party offense, it doesn't really impress me, but I'm actually glad to hear that he's doing good. It lets me know that he's assimilating well and they can come in and kind of instantly contribute. The biggest thing I worry about in these offseason programs, you guys, is when you hear the players that aren't doing good.
Right, but I'm not going to let you off that easy, Greg. You skirted the question. I need you to get out on a limb here, sir, and answer the man's question. Do you think the Lions will have a top 5 offense? Oh, that word again this
Playoffs.
year.
We might not. Just
Sounds
for
like
no. I'll say top 10. I don't think top 5. I think with teams being able, like I said, to kind of look over Ben Johnson's offense. But my thing is we ran into an offensive slump last year. We went through a 3-game skid. You remember that New England? I'm trying to get it together. I'm sorry, but we went through an offensive skid, and Ben Johnson and Jared Goff adjusted well. Like I said, with J-Mo out, I don't expect us to be a top 5 offense. I don't need us to be. I just need to see an improvement on defense. So no, to answer your question.
All right. Thank you very much. Russell Wayne, same question. Top 5 again this year?
I mean, I don't see any reason why they couldn't. I'm going to wait until the end. I'm not going to skate around. But I wanted to note something about Sam Laporta, because I do remember something that was said was that he was not only lining up in the tight end, but he spent the majority of his reps in the slot and actually the X in the X position. So nice. I don't think that they're going to be using him exclusively as a tight end. I think that he's more of a weapon himself. Now, the villain mantra. I want to say, here we are, the villain mantra. I can put some meaning to it because Ben Johnson is going to become the villain, John Dorn. He's going to be going, Jahmyr Gibbs, where do I want to put this guy to destroy you? And we are going to destroy all of your hopes and all of your dreams. I mean, you thought that this fairy tale ending was really, really going to happen. You thought it was going to end and you were going to ride off into the sunset, but no, this is like Lord of the Rings 1 at the end. So I'm sorry, this isn't going to end well for you, John Dorn.
Oh, wait till we get, You Packer fans, wait. You Packer fans, wait till we get the Jay Giles band on drop. Love stinks. Love stinks.
But I didn't answer the question. The question is, no, we are not going to have a top 5 offense because if we have a top 5 offense, that means our defense is really, really, really bad. So we need our offense to be a little bit more middle of the pack as far as stats go to let our defense play a little better. Thank you very much.
All right. So it is open mic night here on the main stage, brought to you by the Main Event 365. Be sure to put your comments in, your questions in. We'll try to kick it around this panel and see the best we can do. We got anything in the comments, Russ?
We do. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Right after that, offense will not be top 5 again after a long time. Goff will regress. The tape is out. So the word's out on the street. According to Lamage,
I think. Can we respond to that? I think there's a valid point there, and like Greg said, we're not sneaking up on anybody with this Goffense anymore. Okay, they've seen it now. But now they've got new, new components to add in and wrinkles. And they know that you've got to be on top of these defenses in this league today are so complex and they react and they're able to make changes on the fly to adapt to anything. So you've got to keep them guessing. You can't be predictable. And I fully expect one of the brightest young minds in the NFL Ben Johnson to be able to do that. But we love the comment, Lamage. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a good comment. Do you want to respond to that at all, Greg Rice?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's obviously a Jamal Burner account. Jamal, thank you for chiming in on the show. I do appreciate it. Much respect to you. much respect to you Bears fans for hanging in there and just kind of shooting it up right now. You're going to need it. We'll see what happens with Fields. I know there's high hopes for you guys being the worst team in the league last year. With all these predicaments of Fields going to be the next Jalen Hurts when he's more comparable to Jamarcus Russell. Look, I get it. So if you want to take shots at the Lions, when you want to take shots at the Lions, I get it, man. I get it. Just remember, you're an 85 season away from being the Chicago Lions. So just kind of humble yourself there a little bit there, Jamal.
Wow.
Whoa!
That's fire.
Yeah.
Jamal Burner. Now I get it. Okay.
Wow.
Dude.
I like that. So John Dorn firing back right there. Goff is not having a back-to-back good season. Oh my gosh. John Dorn. Gibbs is already hurt. Oh my gosh.
They did describe the ankle injury to Jahmyr Gibbs as a mild ankle sprain.
Yeah, and like not even a thing. So Jay Mommy says the Lions stayed on the top offenses last year without Shark, without JMO.
That's a great point.
Laporta.
Yeah.
They are still ahead of the game. They can stay in the top 10. And I agree
like
with
that.
too.
Yeah.
That's a great take, Jay Mommy. Thank you for the comment. That is an absolutely great take.
Absolutely.
J-Mo losing him for 6 games. What do you have? 40 snaps all year.
Yeah.
Was he an integral part of the number 5 ranked offense in the league? No. So how much drop off is there going to be there? No. In fact, when he comes in, he's going to get a couple of weeks before the bye. I think that's going to be great. Get his feet wet, and he's going to come back after the bye hardcore. Come on, John, you're exaggerating the injury to Gibbs, and you know it.
Hey, he loves. No, we'll put him out there. John wants to be front and center, and here's the thing: is like this stuff is forever on the internet, and I can come back to that. So you already know how to stop the weak offense. How'd that work out for you, week 18?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
oh, Lord.
Man. How'd that work? And how about that shitty quarterback Jared Goff throwing the dagger right to DJ Shark? Guy's not even on our team anymore. Right there. So Chad says, I say no top 5 offense. Defense, secondary is vastly improved, and that our offense will become more in check.
There you go. Now there it is.
Like
Ding, ding, ding. Chad gets the best take of the day award right there with that one for sure. Our defensive secondary is so vastly improved.
Yeah.
Vastly improved to the point that we're going to get coverage sacks. We didn't get any coverage sacks last year.
God, no.
No.
So we're going to get some of those for sure. And I love it. I love the Brian Branch pick, and I love that take. Thank you, Chad.
That is a great and John, we will have a link for you here. I'll throw it in there, but you'll be able to chime in. We're going to start the NFC North here in about 10 minutes. We're going to get that started. So you guys,
you're screwing my head there.
Get your head. Get your head in the game. No. Bring your thick skin. Don't bring your feelings. Because
my head just exploded with Greg here. Now I'm reading every name backwards to see if it's a burner account. If there's a guy out there named Enrod, look out! It's John Dorn.
Anthony, is that Anthony that was on our show like last year? And when him and Bill went 1-on-1, was that Anthony Stewart?
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was when he ripped the Packer fans and told them their quarterback was 115 years old.
Wait, can I just chime in on this, Anthony? Look, man. So I'm just going to put this out there, Bears fans. We have a 3-time Pro Bowler as our quarterback. When I hear Bears fans just kind of rip on Goff put up a season last year and 2 previous years. You know what? I'll go out on a limb. Even Goff's bad year in 2019 and dare I say 2020 would have still been the Bears' best quarterback statistically. So you guys kind of need to humble yourselves there, man. I mean, I'm being serious, man. Bears fans sitting here talking about quarterback play and trying to down talk Goff when he's had 5 years, 2 of them not even so good years, where he would have been your best quarterback. Come on, let's get real, Anthony. Let's humble yourselves a little bit, man. Worst team in the NFL. Let's kind of humble ourselves.
Wow. And I know that we're just trying to get under skins. The Lions are trash. Did I miss something? Did the kittens win the Lombardi? No, but they won more than 3 games.
Right, and we're hanging 4 banners now. One for beating the Packers twice, one for eliminating the Packers, one for having a winning record. We got 4 banners to hang this year.
Wait a minute,
Anthony.
I got a new one. I have a new one for you, Anthony. I want to put a brand new banner up in Ford Field, and it's for whooping that ass 41-10, and not just beating the Bears, but like putting a like a drum beat on that ass.
Yeah.
So we didn't need to win the Lombardi. We just we whooped the Bears' ass whooping.
I mean, does that even count? I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So look, I'm all about my time management. That last game with the Bears was so bad last year. Come 3 minutes into the second half, I just changed on the Niners-Raiders game. That game last year with the Bears was a complete embarrassment. Your franchise, look, I understand you're trying. Just show a little humility. Look, you were the worst team in the NFL last year. Like, I don't get it. You bring in Billings and Walker, okay. Is that a huge defensive line improvement? Kind of easy to shine when you're next to Jeffrey Simmons and Danico Autry. Let's see how they play with, who is it? Dominique Robinson, Travis Gibson. Who else are these garbage players on your defensive line that you're trying to promote? Come on, man, get real, Anthony.
I'd like to respond to Anthony Stewart's comment right there. Will we live to see the Lions win a Super Bowl? Well, Anthony, as a Chicago Bear fan, I have to tell you, you are a Chicago Bear fan, and I'm 100% convinced you were around in '85. So you got to see your team win a Super Bowl. My father passed away a lifelong Lions fan and never got to see that. So that's kind of a sore spot with Lions fans. Will we ever live to see a Super Bowl win? And that's what makes us the most hardcore fans in the world of any sport. Because when someday when the Lions do win it, and believe me, the law of averages said that someday they will win it. Whether they're in London at that time, I don't know. But at some point, this franchise is going to win a Super Bowl. And when it does, all the wait is going to be worth it. And I just pray that I am alive to see it. And I've never felt as confident about it as I do right now in my life. It feels like the '84 Tigers to me. It feels like those '85 Bears to me. And if we come out and win week 1 against Kansas City, we're going to put this whole fucking league on notice. Pardon my language.
Whoa.
I like it, Mike. I like it.
Mike doesn't usually start speaking French in the middle of these broadcasts, folks. So
no.
That's a soft spot right there. And what I want to say to that is, like, if you've been following the Lions, which I know if you're a Bears fan, you haven't been following the Lions.
You don't.
A lot of us Lions fans are looking at this team. This is the best opportunity to win a Super Bowl that the Lions have ever had
hands down
in my lifetime. So Anthony Stewart, when will I see the Lions win a Super Bowl? I think the Lions can win a Super Bowl this year. So I may be a homer. Okay, you can call me a homer for believing in that, but they have done enough to compete and be in that tournament, and they've done enough in the right spots to compete deep in that tournament. So,
even if they don't win it this year, Russ, this team is not like last year's Vikings. This team is not like some of these other teams. It's built for the future. It's a sustainable model.
Right.
We're going to see the Detroit Lions at least be relevant for the next 5 years at least.
Yeah.
All right.
And one more thing on the Bears. Look, man. So when Brad Holmes took over the GMing for this franchise, he didn't have much to work with. He stepped into a very, very crappy situation. We had to get rid of our franchise quarterback. We were strapped for cash, and he took essentially a 3-win team and tripled that win total up with essentially no assets other than a little bit of draft capital.
Right.
Let's see what the Bears do. They went out and they signed all these big names and stuff. Brad Holmes didn't have that. So I'm expecting a minimal of 9 wins from the Bears to even say that their GM is even half as comparable as our GM.
That's a toughie, but I see where you're going with it. Let us know what you think. Put it in the comments. Is Ryan Poles half the man as Brad Holmes, or does Gutekunst smoke Poles?
Ooh.
See what I did there?
God,
see
that's
what I did
good.
there?
You see what he did?
What I did?
I like it.
You don't get a chance to use that one very often.
Stoke the fire.
Yeah.
Bears and Packers fans.
So we're about up against it right there, and we have about 4 minutes until we start. So what I'm going to do is as we speak, boom, I am dropping the link into the comments right here and right now. They should be going. Okay, there they go. They are going up. So
want me to take us out?
You want to take us out?
Want to take us out?
The other one? Take it.
Is it time to go?
It's time to go, but I want everybody to know we got a brand new NFC North open mic intro, and Mike the Bear fan isn't going to yell at me.
All right. For the West Coast Statmaster, Greg Rice, and the Maestro, Russell Wayne, on Main Event Mike, saying God bless each and every one of you. Go Lions.
That's
Peace
right.
out.
One pride.
Well, that's out with the old, and now we are going to be in with the new. Yeah. Mike. Yeah, there's Main Event Mike right there. Welcome one, welcome all to the NFC North Open Mic. And you know what? This is a man that does need that introduction. So if you weren't around for the first introduction, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main stage. That's the Lions main stage. M-A-N-E. It is the Master of Disaster. He is the King of Sting, the Count of Monte Frisco, the one, the only Main Event Mike. Oh my gosh, welcome.
Thank you for that introduction, Russell Wayne. It's the NFC North Open Mic Night, brought to you by the Main Event 365. I'm Main Event Mike, your host, along with Russell Wayne, the producer, and our West Coast Statmaster, Greg Rice. It is a little bit of trash talk time. It is a little bit of talking about off-season moves and power rankings time here in the NFC North. We are also joined today by our good friend, Jamez from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Fox Sports. Jamez, how are you today, Jamez?
What's going on, fellas, man? I'm doing good, man.
Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the show. Always love having you on. The rest of the fan base for Minnesota has been in witness protection for the last month or so, after some of the moves that your team has made today. And we don't have the Packers represented today, but Greg is wearing Packer green in honor of them missing.
Something like that.
What are we looking at today in some of these groups, Russ?
Oh man, I almost forgot right there. Oh, here comes John Dorn, dude. The
Yes.
Packers are represented right there.
Oh, there we go.
He's like
There we go.
He's like a super
from the
villain.
evil empire.
Welcome to the show, John Dorn. How are you?
What's happening, guys? How's the
Living the
same
dream.
old Lions doing? How's the same old Lions doing? Bringing
No,
the
they're the
ACL,
same old
bringing the
Lions,
ACL fucking people. You must feel sorry for those guys, huh?
Yeah, they're the
They're
same
already
old Lions,
injured.
buddy.
Then you guys get rid of fucking one injured pro and fucking running back, bring it, then you draft another one.
Bring
Come
another
on,
one.
people, man.
We
Yeah,
love them
yeah.
up, one
Gotta
by
love it.
one. Bunch of playmakers, stupid.
We can't argue with any of that, John.
What?
You guys are the kings.
We are. We're going to be this year. Crowd's coming back to us.
That's right. Okay.
I mean, do we want to start here? Bill,
Let's start here.
He's the one threw this up there. I don't know. He's not here to defend this take right here, but
he's big. He's green. He's got more followers than David Koresh. It's Bill, the Packer fan, and he says, "I got the Packers by 7. Our defense is way better, hands down. The offense might be as well." Thoughts? And the question here is, who's winning in Week 1, Bears against Packers? We'll start with you, John Dorn. Give us that take brought to you by the Homer Depot.
Well, I think the defense come out and show a statement. I'm pretty sure that we're going to go up by at least by 10, win by 10. I mean, our defense will come out. Our defense is going to come out strong. I mean. That defensive line, we really built that defensive line this year. I mean, and plus who we got last year, and plus Gary. Well, Gary, I'm not sure if he's going to be playing opening week, but anyways, our offense is right now is a big question mark. I mean, all the way across the board. But Jordan Love's been in the system for 3 fucking years. He better go out and fucking goddamn contribute right away.
I agree.
Absolutely, John Dorn.
And like I was saying about your fucking Lions, I said, just like fucking Jamal says, there's tape out there now. People know your fucking offense. Packers already know your fucking offense. They shut you down 15 and 20 points. Our offense is the only reason why we fucking didn't win that game.
Okay.
Because Aaron Rodgers kept on throwing those interceptions in the fucking red zones.
Those were nice interceptions. I appreciated those, John.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason.
Especially that second one. Hey, Mike, I'm going to be honest with you.
It's not possible, Jamez, for both teams to lose. So tell me, who do you think is going to lose in this game, in the game opener against Packers and the Bears?
Well, although I would hope for a 7-7 tie, this is one of the harder games for me to predict, man. Week 1, to be honest, man, because I could really see this game going either way. I'm gonna be sorry, John Dorn, but I gotta give a slight edge to the Bears just off the fact that Justin Fields has been he's at least been a starter for a whole year, man. Jordan Love has no idea what to expect. I mean, he has the one start under his belt in KC, but man, he doesn't have the experience, man. And you got to think, you're talking about Aaron Rodgers throwing interceptions. You got to hope that Jordan Love, noodle arm ass, can make that throw on a consistent basis.
Jordan Love's gonna fucking probably fumble and fucking throw interceptions in that game.
Hey, I'm John Dorn. Y'all got a good defense. Y'all got a nice defensive lineup put together with Green Bay, but that offense, man, that's just looking bottom barrel-ish, man.
Oh man, keep thinking that.
They got a good running game, but like you said, Jamez, that's a hard one to pick, and I think you're going to be able to say that about all of these Green Bay games because we don't know what Jordan Love is, right? We don't know. I mean, John Dorn seems to think he knows, but he doesn't really know, folks.
We'll know by week 5.
You're praying like a motherfucker.
So. I got to go with Jamez on this one. I got to give the nod to Chicago because we know that they put so much around Justin Fields now, and Justin Fields is a scary weapon, guys. I mean, don't undersell this kid. I know Fields garbage is a great thing. It looks good in a poster, John Dorn, but this kid is uber talented, and if he's got some good receivers and a good O-line, he wouldn't have made it to the pros if he couldn't throw a football, my friend.
Well, he really can throw football. Did you see that article that guy made? Fucking accuracy's fucking horrible and everything else.
I saw that.
Come on, man.
Okay, John. I'm gonna.
That doesn't mean that it's true. It was on the internet, right? Go watch the tape, man. You know, as a Lions fan, I seen him bust off a 76-yard touchdown run. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, he can do that.
Running back can fucking do that.
John, let me help you out. I want to help out John right here. I think that the Green Bay is going to win this game because this is week 1. So yeah, the Bears have put a lot of bodies into the spots that needed filling, right? And talent. I'm not saying they're not talented, but these guys are going to have like 6 weeks to train together, and you're going to go up against the Green Bay Packers, which, by the way, nobody was traded from that defense that was actually really, really good last year. And Justin Fields isn't very good when you get a lot of pressure on him. So no, I think that Green Bay wins this game going away, even if the Chicago may get good. I'm not saying that they won't gel before the end of the year, but this is week one. This is week one, and Green Bay is they can play ball control, play good defense, and still win that game.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that point, Russell. Basically saying a lot of guys that's going to be their first time live action for the Chicago together. First real action. Yep.
And with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon and that, they've got a good offensive line. They could bully the Bears around in week one and win that game, even if Jordan Love isn't the next Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Chad, my buddy, saying hi to my buddy Bill. Where is Bill? Chad,
waiting.
You need to get Bill on the horn and tell him that he can bring it up and he can stick up for his own Packers, his own self. Okay. Derek Baker says Bears win in week one. 34, Packers 20. Wow.
You got the Bears dropping 34 points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points on your defense.
Opening night, motherfucker. Dude, that is about to be
thing.
Dude, that's about to be a 10-6 snooze fest, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, man.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Real Lions fans.
You heard it here, folks. Hold it. Wait a minute, Jamez. Hold on, Jamez. You're right. Jameson Williams calling in on line one says, take the under.
Take the under.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's up with this Mike Disner accused of providing burner phones for the Arizona, but you guys must have hired him?
Yeah,
you guys hired him?
Yeah, we heard about that. I mean, hey, John. Yeah, John, look, if you're calling your ex-baby mama or gambling, you don't want to do that on your real account, bro. Come on, dog. We'd all be doing the same thing, man.
We all got a burner, man.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
This team is different, man. Whatever
that culture thing. Whatever that culture thing. Was it a gambling culture or what the hell culture are you guys bringing up here?
Now we have a hooker.
Yeah,
now you got a hooker in gambling.
Now we got a hooker.
John. Let me ask you something, John. Do you actually read the shit or you just read the headline?
No, I read it. Why would Holmes bring someone like that in? He's running a circus, man.
Okay, so let me allow the fan base or whoever's listening, the 11 people that are listening, actually know what this is. This is for something that happened in 2018 that has nothing to do with the Lions. So the culture or whatever, I mean, I'm sure that he had to be upfront and honest before he came in to the Lions organization.
Well, you gave us Holmes kick ass. You fit right in our culture. With our gambling culture. You fit right in. Man. Come on in, boys.
Man. What would we find in John Doran's closet if we looked at all the way back to 2018?
I mean,
I'll tell you what's in there. It's probably a big hit with a chick down there in a basket, a dog.
You fired coaches for fucking for the same shit, and then you fucking hired out that's handing out phones.
Put the lotion in the basket, John Doran.
Come on, man.
Oh shit.
So Bears versus Packers, huh? Week one?
Bears Packers week one.
I mean, I'm just going to be real with you guys. Look, this has nothing to do with the history of the Bears Packers, that this has been one of the most lopsided, irrelevant snooze fest rivalries my entire life. This has nothing to do with the Bears being 3-21 versus the Packers, their last 24 playing games. This has everything to do with what Russell alluded to, that you got a lot of moving pieces in Chicago. I keep hearing this Justin Fields hype. Look, all these players got to get acclimated and assimilated to Eberfluss's system. I give the Packers advantage for the simple fact that, look, I love the Packers front seven. I think it's one of the most underrated front sevens in the NFL. I would rate it as a top 8 front seven. I think they have inarguably a top 3 starting trio of corners. I do question the Packers at safety. I think if DJ Moore can get behind one of those corners, the Packers with the current safety room are going to be in trouble. I do see the Packers making a push to bring Amos back. At this point, I don't even think it's a question. I think they kind of have to. But main event Mike was alluding to, look, man, you got A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, and a good offensive line. You can control that line of scrimmage. I mean, who's coming off the edge here? Dominique Robinson, Travis Gibson. I mean, come on, this is a joke. These guys would be XFL stars, but they're no one to be taken serious at this point. David,
that's a great take, Greg Rice. Thank you. Good take. I'm not sure why you're on this show because you've got such good takes. But John Dorn, I think you're a little bit delusional about how good your team might be, though. I think the power rankings came out today for ESPN, and Green Bay was ranked 20th. Okay?
We all been underdogs, man. We play the best when we're underdogs.
That's
all right. Well, in your favor, though, in regards to this game, the Chicago Bears were ranked 27th. So we have no Chicago Bears represented here tonight on the NFC North open mic. I wonder what's Ken Dobie must have to clean the pool tonight or something.
Oh man! So we might as well just they're making fun of us guys in the NFC North huddle right there. The Lions will finally be able to see a Super Bowl banner in Week 1.
Yeah. That's good stuff. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. I can't knock him for that.
That's at least the original. It's good.
The joke's on you. The joke's on you. We're actually going to hang a banner that says "We saw a banner."
We saw a banner that was a Super Bowl banner right there.
We're going to hang a banner because we saw a banner.
Yeah. That's what real life's about.
There we go. So Robert Gonzalez in the NFC North the Huddle says, we all know the Bears are going to be the princes of the North in 2023. Don't look now. The North is without a king. So who is going to be the king of the North?
He said the princess.
The Packers are going to be the king of the North.
The princess.
Hands down.
Actually, probably Bill the Packer fan will be.
Oh, shit. Oh, here he is.
Homerville has started.
This is a part of the movie where Darth Vader comes in.
I almost forgot it was 6:15. I'm like, let me go see what time it is. Man, these guys are already live.
What's up, Bill?
We've already had 3 Bill the Packer fan jokes. You missed them.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going through some of the priceless stuff here on NFC North the Huddle, man. Some of the stuff in here is absolutely
I bet a lot of it's
fantastic.
Jameis too, ain't it?
No, he's been relatively quiet, man. We've been waiting and holding him back for
Well,
you.
won't you be quiet too? Be a shitty fucking team.
Yeah, he's got a point there. He's got a point.
Yeah, credit to Jamez because the rest of the fan base is on milk cartons.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they're just not as informed. And then this motherfucker, see, hey, the dude that commented for the guy that commented from the Bears that said 34-20. He said I'm starting to wonder if he's related to John Dorn because that was one of them kind of things. He just jumped out the box. I can see this motherfucker John Dorn talking about you taking the North back, dude. You better hope you already on the basement stairs. You already on the basement stairs, goddamn. You better hope you don't find yourself all the way in there.
It's up to
Boy, I'll tell you what, man, these Vikings fans sure talk pretty tough without having a defense at all. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait.
You think that?
You think we blew you out last year? Wait till you see our defense now, man. You'll be lucky if Kirk Cousins can stay off.
But you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that defense to score some points, Bill.
Wait till you see their 7th round draft pick.
Yeah.
Wait till you see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
Day one starter, right?
Bill, I'm trying to tell you and John Dorn, Bill, y'all gonna need about two pick sixes a game to score some points, man.
All right, hold on here, guys. This is a good one.
Only 1 year you were decent. That was last year.
You guys offense.
I don't know, man.
Your offense stinks.
Mike, tee him up.
Well,
this is a good one.
Kudos to Russ Wayne. Wait till you see their 7th round draft pick. Ding ding on that one. Well, Jamez, now the reports out of Minnesota is that it's a foregone conclusion now that running back Dalvin Cook will be released after June 1st. That they were unable to get a trade partner, anybody done. They're just going to release him. I'm ready now for you to spin it how the Vikings will be so much better without Dalvin Cook.
No, any Viking fans that thinks we're going to somehow be better without him, that's not a logical thought. But for me to say that the offense isn't going to miss a damn beat, that is logical. And to think about this, I've seen a lot of different reports on it, and I think they might end up just releasing them, but there's a few rumors coming out that a couple teams are interested. And then they found they had a trade partner. They turned down what Miami had to offer. They must have tried to lowball them or something. I'm not sure exactly how it played out. But they said
maybe they'll get a big haul like they did for Zadarius Smith.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! If we could even get that clearing the 9 million, hell shit! Hey, we're making away like fat rats.
You
Goddamn
did,
it!
Yeah, you could give away Dalvin Cook to swap a fifth and a fourth.
You had to eat some of his cap space. You had to
Yeah,
eat
a little
some of
bit.
that.
Of course, that's what happens when you got a good player. See, we got unlike in Green Bay, where you got a total tandem of assholes over there. I keep on telling you, John Doran,
Did we whoop the living snot out of you last
without
game?
Aaron Rodgers, bro, when you can stack that deck on
It's going to be even worse. It's going to be worse.
is about to get that
I'll
deck
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Hold on, John. Let him finish. Go ahead, Jamez. That's a good point you were just making. Jamez, say it again. When you
all I'm trying to say is Aaron Jones, Matt LaFleur, guys like this, they can't get across the street without Rodgers holding their hand. And I've been saying it for years, and it's about to happen this year. When they see that noodle arm Love can't throw that motherfucker more than 20 yards, guess what I'm doing? I'm putting 8 people in that box, and I'm bottling Aaron Jones up like Heineken. Goddamn it, that's what I'm doing. Hey, and I'm telling y'all sleep on this Vikings defense all y'all want. You got to understand, we were ranked 31st last year. Goddamn it, so we got there's not too much far back we can go. I'm trusting the process, man. I'm hoping that.
Okay, so let John Doran respond to that. Okay?
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead, John.
30-second defense. Was that the Lions?
Oh, yes, sir.
Here you go.
Anyway, okay.
No, John, we're bashing the Vikings right now.
That's fine.
Pay attention, John.
You can sleep on the fucking Packers all you want because Jordan Love's been in the system. He knows the system inside and out. We built the system around him. If you think about it, past 2 years, especially any offense, Rodgers he hardly throws in the middle, hardly ever. And teams got figured the wind of that, and they knew that. Okay, let's get more to the sides and let's fucking cover the sides better.
Yep.
And make them force them go throw in the middle. And he don't like throwing more or in the middle. And fucking loves throwing in the fucking middle.
All right,
right.
John Doran. So since
How do you know that?
Rodgers don't throw in the middle, what did the Packers do all during the second and third round in the draft?
Yeah, they got 2 tight ends, got
Slot receiver.
Got a slot receiver.
And let me ask one question real quick before Mike takes over again. Jamez, what defense are you going to be stacking the box with? Is there somebody that you got like in a cracker jam?
Well, we got 8 guys right there. Shit, the Packers, we're facing a bottom barrel offense, and it ain't going to be that hard.
Yeah, sounds good.
God damn it.
Sounds good.
Hey, even the worst defenses can match up with an offense like that. God damn it.
I think you both make really
just keep
good
on
points.
keeping on the Packers offense.
Hey, this is what I'm trying to understand. Okay, let me make one more point before we move on to this. You keep talking about you're so sold on Jordan Love, even though you have no evidence of this. Dude, you understand what's the guy, the backup that was just for Detroit last year? He couldn't even beat him out for quarterback 2 just a goddamn year ago, bro. He couldn't even win the quarterback 2 job.
How are you're over here knocking John Doran for banking on Jordan Love to be good, and you ain't seen him play, but yeah, you're banking on him to be bad, and you ain't seen him play. I mean,
I know.
Miss Cleo's phone calls or what?
Hey, no. What I'm saying, Bill, it's more logical to me that he's not going to be able to fill Aaron Rodgers' shoes, bro. You guys aren't getting that lucky. You don't deserve to get that lucky.
You're just jealous. You're just jealous.
Hey, Packer fans, I'm honest. I'm trying to be honest with you guys, man. Packer fans deserve to suffer. You guys deserve to suffer. You deserve to suffer for at least 5 years.
Here. I agree with that 100%.
You deserve to suffer for a little while.
You've been living up in the Crystal Castle, up in the tower, and Jordan Love needs to suck. He needs to suck.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be gone in 2 years, man.
And that
I agree with that 100%.
And that really sucks too, because while I'm up in the castle, I got my binoculars and I'm watching main event Mike play fucking tic-tac-toe out in the yard. You know.
Now listen, Dr. Russ is going to come to the rescue right here. We were talking about the
we're all in trouble now.
The Minnesota Vikings here. Somehow we ended up talking about the Packers again, but I just know how.
Because you're all jealous of the Packers.
Really?
Rent free.
What I wanted to say Jamez is you're going to cut Dalvin Cook and you're going to save about $10 million by cutting him. And I just wanted to give you the real on that. You know, you cutting him and you trading him is relatively the same thing. So if you do get capital or you don't get capital, I mean, it's really not going to change how much money you're going to get.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
That's why I said, Russ. Hey, Russ, that's why I said.
You getting to get compensation? What do you think he's worth, Jamez?
I would love to be able to get like at least a third or a fourth, but even if we end up with just a fifth, even with just a fifth rounder for him, shit, just like clearing that $9 million, just to get something out of somebody that you kind of come off of anyway. Yeah. That's the same thing with Darius Smith, man. They know for a fact that they couldn't afford to pay him for what the shit he did last year, and he obviously wanted out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He made it clear that he wanted out, man. You can't keep guys like that. True. So shit. Just the fact that we got anything for it, I would have been cool if there was a seventh rounder and they was giving us clearing the $12 million. But it's just basically we got 2 trade ups. So the way I see it, we got 1/5 out of the deal. If you compare both of them, I'll just say we got 1 pick out of that.
And you
that fifth rounder might be somebody that does something better for us than Z Smith though. Shit, motherfucker gave us one. I don't like to knock the dude because he's gone. Dude, he has talent. He brings shit to the pass rush game when he's on that. But bro, he gave us one sack the last 9 weeks.
So are you happy with the half a sack Dean Lowry that you got this year?
Bill, I'm glad you brought him up. He's about to tear the Packers' ass up this year.
Yeah, right.
He's about to tear he's about to tear Aaron Jones up.
Yes, he ain't tore a team up since he's been playing football, buddy.
That's because you guys have that's Bill. Don't do him like that, bro. You guys have nice defensive tackles over there. He was low on the depth chart. Don't make it seem like he's a scrub, man.
Jamez, I remember when you had this argument 2 years ago. Only it was Darius Smith you were talking about.
Like I said, bro, he started off like a cannon, man.
Well, I want to talk about these Packer fans for
he whipped Rodgers' ass.
The ESPN Power Rankings came out today, and the Green Bay Packers were ranked 20th. And in the ESPN Power Rankings, they always list what position got better in free agency. And, for the Ravens, it was wide receiver and so on. Whatever these teams addressed. For the Lions, it was secondary. For the Green Bay Packers, the area where they got better was nowhere. It was the only team listed where there was no notable improvement on the team where they got better. And they were ranked 20th in the power rankings. And so I think you guys have been entitled for a long time. And like something Jamez said earlier, you guys, it's time for you to suffer a bit. And I just don't think you guys are ready for what's coming in that regard. Because now, let me finish my point here. You said that you've got these weapons and you've got that incredibly talented slot receiver. Russ, what was the draft grade on Jaden Reed?
Go into this Mel Kiper crap again. Oh my
Fifth
God.
round. Fifth round. Fifth round. Fifth round. And they got him what in the second round? Third round. Second round.
You got him in the second round.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm a resident of Michigan. I seen a lot of Jaden Reed. Now, wait a minute. I saw a lot of Jaden Reed. He wasn't the leading receiver on his team, and they didn't make a bowl game. So, you overdrafted a guy that he's a good player. I like overdrafting. I just don't like where they pick him. And here's the other thing.
Hold on, John.
Here's the other thing. Jordan Love is the old man of the group. All right, he's essentially a rookie, but he's older than his tight ends. He's older than all of his wide receivers. Who is he going to rely on? Who is the veteran presence that's going to help him through tough times? Who's he going to go to and rely on? Bill, go ahead.
Why would he have to?
How can you be sure that this kid is going to be good?
I'm going to go down the road and answer all your questions. The reason why the Packers had no grade is you said, they had no improvement in nowhere. Main event, Mike, I know you're a Lion fan, but I'm a Packer fan. And maybe we didn't have any holes to fill.
Exactly.
You know
Ooh.
okay, so now let's
That's
go
a valid point. As a Lion fan, I don't know what it's like to not have, a shitty roster.
So let's go to number 2. You were saying that Jordan Love needs a veteran. Well, he just sat and developed behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. I believe that the man has every tool and every piece of knowledge that he needs to know. If you sat somewhere for 3 years, same coaching, same, offensive play, same scheme, same everything, he should be just fine. He's going to have some growing pains with the new receivers, but that's just about it. You got to remember last year, Rodgers didn't show up to none of that, off-season program.
Yep.
Who took all the snaps with Watson and Romeo Doubs?
Yeah, you guys got so lucky getting the Bears in week 1.
And that's what Colin. That's what Colin Cowherd said too. He said that the NFL has set Jordan Love up for success. The first 5 games, the defenses that we play are just trash. He said they did improve somewhat, but they're still questionable.
Yeah.
So he said by the 5th and 6th week, we should see who Jordan Love is, and I agree. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Good point.
That's a fair. Yeah, 5 to 6 weeks is a good sample size.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Usually Colin Cowherd's full of shit, but that's actually a pretty good take. So.
Oh, okay. Hey, hang on. I'm not done.
What else we got, Russ?
Bill can finish, but I hate that Mel Kiper, those ranking. That I hate that.
Well, I just wanted to get to a point that Main Event Mike said that he agreed with that take from Colin Cowherd. What week do we play the Lions?
Week 4, baby.
Week 4.
And Thanksgiving.
Okay, so you agree with that statement. So he said the first 5 games, the defenses are trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Mike.
Colin Cowherd's usually full of shit.
Yeah,
His takes are so bad he belongs on this show.
Hey, I was never a fan of him because he always knocks Aaron Rodgers. But now that Rodgers is gone, I'm a fan of Colin Cowherd.
That's right. I like it.
Oh, Chad, you got. I think that it's your burner account, or your brother says hi. Chad, your brother says hi. Packers don't. Packers
up,
don't
Janelle?
Need free agents. There you go.
Really?
Okay.
Exactly. Because
Really?
we
The only weak
acquire
spot we
players
got on
through
our
the
defense is safety, and we pick up that Owens. He's a great tackler.
Y'all questionable at edge too. Goddammit.
Ooh, I think they're deep there, Jamez. I think they're deep there, bro.
They ain't deep there. That motherfucker from Sean Gary. That motherfucker got. He not only is he ain't healthy, he about to fall off. Preston Smith, hit or miss ass dude. They ain't deep there.
No, come on.
I like
This
Luka
is the
Van Ness,
Lion
man.
fan.
I think that.
Well, they do. They were lucky enough. They were lucky enough to draft Brian Branch. Oh wait, no, they weren't. They traded back in the Lions
They
draft.
didn't like him for a reason. That way, they didn't like him.
They ain't like
Probably because he can't cover it and he's slow. So
Hey, Mike,
maybe
real
that's
quick,
why
can I
he
chime
lied.
in?
He's slow.
Yeah,
Hey, can I chime in on this Dalvin Cook
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
before we move on? So look, I get what Jamez is saying, and look, man, let's be real here. Alexander Madison is a good running back. Our Lions and the Bears were looking into him, but let's just keep this like all the way real. Defensive coordinators do not game plan for Madison like they do Cook. This is going to change. Yeah. This is going to change the dynamic of the Vikings offense. I think last year we saw a sample of it. They're more of a high-flying offense than a three-down back type system. So how much it affects their point scoring, I'm not sure. But I will say this, defensive coordinators will sleep a lot better going in Saturday night playing the Vikings, knowing that they're going up against Madison than they will be Dalvin Cook.
Hell, we'll probably stay up all night and party, man.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah,
I'll give you that for right now. That's a great point. That's perfectly fair for right now. But when Madison and Ty Chandler get to tearing some ass up behind Darisaw, we're gonna have to revisit this, man. But this is the thing. I think we're about to start going Sean McVay style with it, man. That's why we got Addison. That's why we got Hockenson for the full 17 games this year, man. We're airing this shit out, man. We're airing it out.
This guy been
what was that comment by Janelle there?
Airing this shit out. We don't need no sneaking. We're going running back by committee, KC style committee.
All right.
So let's get this straight. So far, you said you don't need a running game and you don't need a defense. So,
I didn't say I don't need a running game. I said we don't need no sneaking running backs.
Now I see what they're building. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. No, we're about to air this shit out, man.
Now I get it. You must be quizzy.
We got
Hey, when Jefferson, y'all go. When Jefferson tears Alexander's ass up this year, I don't want to hear it on what happened last year. What happened last year?
Yeah.
What a matchup, man.
Oh, look at John Doran trolling again.
Hey, yeah.
That's actually a logical. That's actually a logical post because you guys do start out slow.
We do.
Well, yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I think that's
legitimate. I think it's
halfway
it's
legit.
a good thing to hit right there, and then they get Kansas City week 1. Like, man, here we are.
Yeah.
We get
No
the
pressure.
Super Bowl champs week 1.
Yeah, no pressure.
No pressure.
Week 2,
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you,
I
Russell.
don't want to start out with 0-2.
If it's as slow of a start as it was last year, Dan Campbell might have to get a little heat under that ass, man.
Oh, for sure. Hey, I'm just going to put this out there, you guys. Look, man, so I don't know what Goodell's issue is with us. Since the Dan Campbell regime started, 21, we get the Niners NFC Championship game. 22, last year, we get the Eagles, Super Bowl contenders. And then this year, we get the Super Bowl champs. Look, Mr. Goodell, if you ever get a hold of this video, can we just get like a little bit of love to open the season?
Well,
I mean, just a little bit.
He's in the group, so he sees what you guys post. That might have to do with it.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe
Well,
it.
didn't Holmes piss him off the first
He's
draft?
He's got a burner.
He's one of Bill's followers.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, for sure.
And here we get. I mean, Bill tells me. Everybody tells me that all the Lions fans do is talk shit. And
dude,
and I see, like, you know, I mean, there are some of us that feel pretty good about this team.
Now, see, when you're looking through a group and if you don't interact with certain people, they're not going to show up on your feed.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
see what I'm saying? So you're not seeing exactly every post. See, I interact with all these Lion fans arguing with them, so their posts pop right up for me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, do you want me to go scroll through the group? I just had a Detroit Lion fan the other day tell me that the Lions had a better roster than the Kansas City Chiefs.
I see that.
Forgive
I
us.
almost fell out of my chair.
Yeah, forgive us.
I would say, well, Bill, now wait a minute. You laughed at that, but if you swap the quarterbacks, which team do you want?
I would take Chiefs. Yeah,
I
all
would
day
still
long.
take the Chiefs because they have a hell of a defense.
You would take
already
the Chiefs with
established.
Jared Goff instead of Patrick Mahomes on this team?
Because
you got beat. You got beat the last 3 times in a row. And you think Mahomes would be better?
No,
Patrick Mahomes makes a big difference, man.
So okay, so Patrick Mahomes make a big difference. Well, how about last year when he played Jordan Love? Why didn't he score his first touchdown to the end of the game? And in fact, if Mason Crosby would have made them 2 field goals, he would have went home with an L.
No. It's
because
it's because John Dorn had a voodoo doll of Patrick Mahomes. And
he was poking him with needles.
As he was
that's
throwing.
the only reason.
You guys can realize that the Lions had a fluke lucky season last year.
Oh my gosh!
Oh Lord, here we go.
We will see. We make sure we earmark that one.
See,
yeah,
the Chiefs have a way better defense. That's where they have the edge on you guys. Yeah, you built up your defense during the offseason, but it has yet to perform. Do you see what I'm saying? Once it performs, we can
do that Janet Jackson drop.
And I'm not saying you're going to lose week 1 either. I'm just saying they have a better defense. You know what I mean?
So, Bill, I can
that should be a nice play.
Like you
That'd
just,
be a good game.
That's fair.
I can address what you just said right there, too. We had the 32nd ranked defense. That's a tale of 2 cities right there. We were the historically worst defense from 1 and 6. And then when our rookies figured out how to play, that 8-2 stretch, we were a top 10 defense. Now, which defense do you think that we're more going to be like? The defense that progressed, or all of our rookies going to roll your ass?
I think both.
Or at least somewhere in the middle.
I think in the beginning of the season, you guys are going to start out slow again.
Or at least somewhere in the middle.
You have a very tough schedule to start.
We do.
If they beat Kansas City. Because everybody seems like it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to lose.
What I just said a few minutes ago, I didn't say you guys were going to lose week 1. I said that they had a better overall roster than you guys. Now, whether you win week 1 is 50-50. You know what I mean?
The way I look at it, man, there's no.
You got a good shot week 1. You got a good shot.
And main event,
man,
that
for the first quarter,
quarterback and the rest of our roster is better. Is that true, Mike?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he said it right there. He answered that if you swapped out the quarterbacks, he'd still rather go with the Jared Goff-led Chiefs than the Mahomes-led Lions, which is absurd. James, what were you going to say?
Dude.
No, I'm just saying.
Let James get one out.
Go ahead.
When it comes to these NFL games, bro, none of these are foregone conclusions, bro. I don't care which game you're looking at. Now, the fact that they got you going, the Lions going to Arrowhead is what gives me the push towards the Chiefs. Now, if that game was in Ford Field, I might think a little different about it.
Okay, on your last statement, you said that it's anybody's game, so what are you doing against the Packers next year? Are you sweeping us like you said earlier, or what?
Yeah, we're definitely sweeping the Packers with Jordan Love next year.
Now, see, this is exactly why I say Jameis should be a
Yeah,
politician.
dude, you're not beating us with Jordan Love, man. You're not beating us with Jordan Love, bro.
You just said 2 sentences ago that no game is yet to be determined, but yet you got the Vikings beating the Packers twice.
That's what I have. It's not a guarantee. That's how I feel. That doesn't mean it's a guarantee. I just feel that you guys can't beat us with Jordan Love.
Well, I want to say. Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead, Greg.
On a real note, when it comes to this whole, like, you might see a few Lions. Look, so the Lions have been historically a bad franchise. We know that. But I actually commend our fan base because I look at us. Look, you'll see with an asterisk next to the Bears because I just don't know what they're on. You'll usually see losing franchises have a little bit more realistic, a little bit more knowledgeable takes than your average fan base. And I noticed this across sports. The asterisk being the Chicago Bears, I just don't know what they do in Chicago. They've been bottom feeders for a long time, yet every year we hear the same shit. But I will say this. I don't like our chances going into Arrowhead. And it's not necessarily because I believe that the Chiefs have a better overall roster. It's just because there's 2 factors here. Andy Reid, I think, is one of the best coaches in NFL history. This guy knows how to break teams down. Right. We watched him do it. And then you look at Patrick Mahomes. I mean, look at what he did to that Eagles defense last year, you guys. While you look at the stat board, it's not very impressive. When they needed those 3rd down conversions, he got it, man. Patrick Mahomes is a once-in-a-generation talent, man, that no matter what, our Lions can play a perfect game. I mean, absolutely turnover-free ball, generate a couple turnovers, and you could still lose predicated on just what Patrick Mahomes brings to the field, man. I'm just hoping for a good game at the time. I don't like our chances in Arrowhead. I'm just hoping it's a good one.
That's a good take, Greg. You can't even leave that. You can't even leave that dude. You can't even leave that dude with 13 seconds. You can't even leave him with 13 seconds.
Look, I'm glad we get Kansas City in week 1. Okay.
Me too.
They're not going to have Andy Reid isn't going to have all this tape on this new offense, these new weapons, what it's going to look like. He's not going to know. If any of the teams in the North get a chance to sneak up on the Chiefs, it's going to be the Lions in week 1. Okay. If anybody's got a chance to do it, it's going to be the Lions in week 1. And here's another thing. Week 2 against Seattle, gentlemen, is a much bigger game than week 1 against Kansas City.
I agree.
If we lose week 1 to Chiefs, big deal. So the Chiefs beat the Lions. We throw it away and we start over. And we've got 11 days to prepare for the Seattle Seahawks who beat us in Ford Field.
I could see the Lions going 1-4
that day. That game is much bigger in the long term, in the scope of the season, and the playoff picture. Much bigger than losing to Kansas City week 1. So that alone takes the pressure off of the game. The Lions have nothing to lose in week 1 for real. Nobody expects them to win. They're a 7-point underdog. Go ahead, Jamez.
Oh, I wasn't ready. I didn't have nothing loaded up.
I got something. I want to get us all on the same page right here, just because it would just be fun. Since
that'll be week 1 right there, Ross. We'll be week 1 right there.
All right, I'm going to finish here. So, so we're all going to get on the same page here because the Bears are in witness protection tonight. And how many games before Fallow Fields exits the field on a play on a cart? Mr. Happy Feet is cruising for a bruising.
That'll be week 1, sir. That'll be week 1.
So I know that you like this is a Packer fan friend right here. This is the guru, isn't it, Greg?
Yes.
This is
the self-appointed guru.
The self-appointed famous guru.
The guru has spoken.
Are you really famous if you're self-appointed, though? I mean, come on now. Yeah.
Hey, well, at least he's consistent right there. But
true.
What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that the Bears didn't? I mean, they did a little bit to help their offensive line. Did they do enough to have Fields be good? I mean,
no.
That front 7 of the Packers, look, you guys, if you look at it on paper, look, we're bashing them for losing Rodgers. I get it, man. But that front 7, you guys, that defense last year was the reason why the Packers had a turnaround. It had very little to do with Aaron Rodgers, who, if you look at his stats last year, was essentially a game manager during that Packers hot streak in the second half. That defense has gone nowhere. They do need to address safety. But if you look at that front 7, in Gary, you got Luka Van Ness, Preston Smith, Enigbari, Devontae Wyatt, if he can keep doing what he did the last quarter of the season, Kenny Clark, Devondre Campbell, Quay Walker, if he can just maintain some sort of self-discipline, that's gone nowhere. And they're trying out a Bears offensive line that depending on what stat you look at, we'll just say they were inconsistent. If Fields gets happy feet back there, man, they're going to be in big trouble, and we're going to hear a bunch of happy Packers fans who are just elated that no matter who's under center, they just keep beating the Bears.
Must be the shirt. Must be the shirt.
It's got to be. I don't know.
Did Bill send you a check to wear that color?
Fields record. Justin Fields records versus the Packers right there. Look at that.
It's terrible, man.
Oh,
It's terrible.
Jesus.
He's tearing it up.
Chicago has a quarterback.
Oh, my gosh.
We got
He's probably gonna be thirsty for a win now.
He's won 5 games in 2 years. That stat means nothing.
Almost 50.
The kid is dangerous, though. Let's stop kidding ourselves, right? You just don't know football if you don't think this kid's fucking dangerous, man.
Mike. So
if he can figure it out, look, being a Wolverine fan, I saw him up close and personal. This kid can throw a football, guys. Okay, he can. Whether he can read a defense remains.
If the guy's wide open,
when he has absolutely no help around him, you can't cover up his deficiencies. Josh Allen was terrible his first 2 years.
I get it. Okay, I get it.
Like this kid, and I'm going to go on a limb and tell you he's more physically gifted than Josh Allen. So don't sleep on this kid. He could be dangerous.
I'm clipping that. I am clipping that.
Now, how many games do you think he'll play this year?
No, I was with you halfway, Mike.
Mike, that was bold.
I'm giving him another year with these new weapons and his new team to prove himself. But I don't know if I'll go as far as to say he's more. Hey, he might be more of a better runner than Josh Allen. I don't know, but that motherfucker Josh Allen, he's kind of strong up top. I don't know. Like I said, but that's a good comparison for you to make to compare him with Josh Allen because that motherfucker, since he's came in the league, no quarterback is throwing more interceptions.
So what new weapons did he get?
Oh, DJ Moore is pretty damn good, Bill.
He got a true number one, Bill. He got a true number one. Something he's never had.
His route running in NFL is almost unmatched, bro.
No, yeah, for sure. But the thing is, he got one receiver. Now all of a sudden, he's the glory of God. Come on, no, I don't believe that at all. I'm not buying.
No, we heard all the hype. Claypool's here now. We're gonna
convince me. You're not even gonna convince me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now DJ Moore's gonna make him look better. Yeah.
It's my quarterback.
You know what I'm saying? But no, Fields is not taking the next step.
Yeah. How much better is the question?
He's a bust.
Yeah.
You think he's a bust, Bill?
I wouldn't say he's a bust as a quarterback. Yes. He's a great athlete, but he is a terrible fucking quarterback. And
He's a bust. Bill, the Packer fan said it.
You
Justin
heard it
Fields
here
a bust.
first.
Bill said, I am clipping that.
I love it.
You can go to johndorn.com and get a Fields Garbage t-shirt, courtesy of Main Event 365. For all of the Lions fans that might be watching, all 4 or 5 of you, whatever it is, I wanted to give a quick Matt Patricia update. As the man that single-handedly wrecked our franchise and set us back a couple of years, I like to keep up with what's happening with him. You can go to MattPatriciaStupidFace.com and check out all the latest Matt Patricia hate talk. So Matt Patricia last year calling the plays for the New England Patriots. He has since moved on from the team and his father-in-law, Bill Belichick. And last year, the Matt Patricia offense finished 32nd in the red zone.
Pretty good.
They finished 27th on third down. They finished 28th in the league in first downs. So that has been your Matt Patricia update brought to you by Weight Watchers.
Yes.
Okay, so is the reason why you give the update is because you're hoping and praying he comes back?
Oh, yeah.
No, he now works for the Eagles. He now works for the Eagles, as I see, as the only team that can stop Detroit this year.
I hope he goes in there and fucks some shit up.
Oh shit!
Oh Lord, we're getting.
I have never in my life, guys, predicted the Lions would win a Super Bowl or even sniff a Super Bowl or even look at a Super Bowl trophy. I'm so intoxicated on the blue Kool-Aid right now. I've been hanging out with Russell Wayne too long. Yeah. I am completely so bought in. I think the Lions, this is going to be a magical season for the Lions. This will be another fluke season, as John Dorn says. And this time we're going to go even further than we did last year.
Yeah, you're gonna start out 0-6.
Yeah.
Hey, John,
It's gonna be real magical when you bust them paper bags out.
Hold on, guys.
I got it ready.
We're Lions fans.
Hey, main event, Mike.
Like, you can't hurt us anymore. Like, I mean, this is the best shot that we've had in, I mean, as long as I've ever been alive right here. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Suck again?
Can we get this? Can we get this on record that if the Lions don't win the division finally this year, this is your one shot?
Yeah.
That
I agree.
After the first show, after you guys are done, you got to wear paper bags on your
I mean, let's think about it. 2 years ago, there was hardly any fucking Lions fans anywhere.
Dude, we're Lions fans. We'll do that for $5.
Hey, on a real note, since we're talking about a division, look, I do have us favored,
I got
man.
one right
And
here
Bill,
ready to go,
Bill,
bro.
Bill, I will take you up on that. Pending Jared Goff doesn't get hurt. If we do not win the division, I will wear a paper bag first week of the show. You have my word on that, my friend.
There we go.
I'm going to touch on what Mike was saying earlier. Look, you guys, it is a well-known stat in the NFL that if you start 0-2, you have less than a 12% chance of making the NFL playoffs. Like I said, I don't have this game written off against the Chiefs. I think we have a chance. I don't have us favored. I do like the Chiefs at Arrowhead. That being said, as Mike was touching on earlier, this game against Seattle is super critical. We cannot start slow, and we can certainly not start out 0-2. If the Lions start out 0-2, I do believe this division is very much up in the air. And at that point, I think no one wants to hear this. We got to start questioning, is Campbell the guy going forward if we start out 0-2?
Yeah, but one thing about it, 0-2, now, is that before the 7th seed was brought in for playoffs, or is that after?
It doesn't even matter because we play only one division opponent in the first half of the season. So we're getting a lot of wins in the second half of the season against you guys, against you bums.
No, you're getting on the L's.
Hey, the way the way they got it set up with Detroit and Vikings, that last game could very easily decide the division, man. I'm trying to tell you guys, man.
The way it's set up is we get to rest Goff in the last game because we're already wrapped up.
You motherfuckers, y'all ain't running away with nothing. Y'all ain't running away with nothing now.
Jamez, you wanted to see Hendon Hooker so bad. We're gonna rest Goff.
I would. You might as well start him. Shit.
No. It's gonna be poetic, just like Russ said, because that's the pick we got for T.J. Hawkinson. So we're gonna put Hendon Hooker in there at week 18 to seal the deal. Book it. Hey, score.
You better hope we don't need that. You better hope we don't need that win to get a wild card. Damn it, gonna tear his ass up.
You know what, Jamez? When you're at the bottom of the division next year, I'll still come to Minneapolis and we'll still have a beer together. I still love you.
Oh my God!
That's right.
Yeah. You're gonna need that win to avoid getting the first pick from Arizona.
You guys
Williams sweepstake.
I like it.
After that season,
we're gonna be the. I can see us still being the cream of the crop around here, man.
All right.
There we go. I knew that was coming sooner.
tell him, Dan. Tell him.
Yeah. Apparently, we're not allowed to have any hope until we win a playoff game.
Hell
it's like,
no.
oh my God.
Was that Dan? Was that Danny?
Same old Lions until you do something, man. Same old Lions.
Okay. I get it.
I can't argue with that, John. Until we do something, it's just talk.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed.
You're entitled to that, Dorn. You're entitled to that. All the Packer fans.
Lamar Burns. He said talk soon.
Hey, Jamez, I don't know what you're laughing at, but that applies to you too, little buddy.
What? No, it don't.
Hey, Bill, did you order that Vikings jersey yet? But no, Bill's going to order a Vikings jersey now that you can have the number 0. He's going to get number 0 and with just the word rings on the back.
Yep.
Nice. I like it.
He better order it. You motherfuckers better hope y'all can get to our level, man. You motherfuckers better hope. You guys gonna understand. I'm gonna be the one doing all the laughing around here, man. I'm gonna be the one because I'm not talking full season. I'm talking about I got at least about 5 points that I'm keeping in the back of my head. A few takes that I'm gonna drop, and you guys and in full surface. I think it's gonna be a real fun season, man.
He's sandbagging. He's sandbagging.
It's
a lot of primetime games in the North.
Yeah.
No, Bill.
burr. He
Bill,
made like a
Bill.
burr collection. That's why he's going to be doing all that
What-
laughing.
Hey,
Who
hey,
does
you
the-
gonna have
who
to
does
the
the
moderators
Vikings
on deck.
run
Comedy.
I got,
Hey,
Jabez.
hey, Bill, I'm telling you right now, that first time within those first few weeks that the Packers get whipped, bro, this group was about to go nuts, and I'm waiting for it.
hey,
Because I'm going to be
Jamez,
like,
what do I always
Jamez,
tell you,
shots
Jamez?
fired.
What do I always tell you? Laugh now, and we'll see you crying later, little buddy.
no, I'm not. I'm about to get this laugh on.
Tear ducts are going to be flowing. His chin's going to be
Hey,
chattering.
who-
He's not gonna
that motherfucker said I burned a Justin. He didn't say he burned a Justin Jefferson
Yeah,
jersey?
Yeah.
Yep. He burned his jersey.
Like, why?
Why? Because
Why would you burn a Justin
Does he
Jefferson
want to
jersey,
leave,
man?
man?
Hey,
He doesn't
smart
want to
guy.
leave the Vikings.
He got an appointment with the tattoo artist next week. Get that Thielen tramp stamp covered up.
No, that's Stan, man.
Because
That's it.
Money.
I'm just gonna
JJ
cover it up
wants
week
his money.
4 when we play Carolina.
Burning jerseys. But Rob's out there burning Justin Jefferson jersey. How disrespectful! How can you do that?
JJ
Like,
wants his money.
why? And he wrote that. He wrote
He's a
that.
Packer fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should've
wow.
hey, Rob, you should have did that live so we could all get a good solid laugh.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
you guys cry.
You know,
That'd have been
there's
nice.
people that could wear that jersey somewhere that need clothes, and you had to burn that jersey.
Darcy.
Somebody
Yeah,
could've
you should
wore
have sent that to
something.
Darcy, man.
Did that to Darcy.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
we could have sent it to the third world country with all them kids that wear Minnesota Viking World Champion shirts.
Darcy's sleeping in Canada with no blanket. He could use a Jefferson jersey.
Oh, that motherfucker. He could at least use the fire.
Yeah.
This is the open mic, NFC North open mic night, and this is our panel of headliners. So be sure to put your comment or question in and let us kick it around. Be sure to like and subscribe our content over at YouTube and follow our page on Facebook. It's the Main Event 365. Russell Wayne, what else have you dug up from these groups?
Our station identification. I like that. That's a cool little 5-second station identification.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vikings
please.
played what, the Bucks opening week?
What was
First-
that? Opie
first game?
week.
Yeah. Was it Bucks and the Vikings, right? At the Vikings.
Yeah, we got the Buccaneers first.
On the road.
Mayfield.
No.
Baker
You
Mayfield.
want to give me some action on that, John Doran?
You're gonna lose, I think.
Do you want to give me some action on?
No,
Do you want to give me some action on that?
not right now.
We'll
talk later. We'll talk later.
No, we ain't gonna talk later. You know damn well you're not about to give me no action on that.
You give me the Bucks in 6.
No, we should beat them bitches by about 17 points.
Give me
What's up,
6.
Chad?
I'll take the bet with 6.
Chad's up in the house.
We got Chad. He's a Detroit fan. This is actually Darcy with a mask on. How are you, Chad?
I'm great, man. Thanks for allowing me on.
Right on. We're talking about how the Minnesota Vikings keep getting better as they lose more and more Pro Bowl players. What do you think of that?
The Vikings sold their soul for last year. They have the potential
Yes.
to be decent this year. And
Yes.
they're done after that. They are done.
I take that back, my friend. You have a better take than Darcy's ever dreamt of. That's a great take. Thank you. They absolutely put all their chips on the table last year, and they lost to the Giants at home. A team they beat 2 weeks before that. Good call out, Chad. And do you see the Lions winning this division, Chad?
Listen, I'm a Lions fan, and I have to be honest. I don't want to look like an idiot. Yeah,
Too late.
the
Smart
odds
man.
say they're going to win the division, but honestly, it's a 3-horse race in the division, and you know how this division goes every year. It's always tough. I'm sorry for Bears fans; they're not going to be the ones competing for the division this year. But I feel sorry for the rest of us in the years to come with what the Bears have been doing. I honestly believe that they've took the right route.
Okay.
Lions win, but I'm an idiot if I say it because, come on. I'm a Lions fan.
But no, I understand you're suffering from PTSOL, post-traumatic, same old Lions. And it'll be okay, buddy. It's okay to root for them and feel like you're going to win. It really is.
Am I allowed to do a bad take? Because I know
They're not only allowed, brother, they are welcome here.
Okay. So I have this take. I want you all, everybody, the fan base that's here. Who's not here? There's no Bears fans. Right?
No Bear fans.
They never.
They're hibernating.
Yeah. They never
I see what you did there.
Look at history and look at drama and look at reality and reality TV and look at what has happened to the Lions in the last couple of years. Look at how all of a sudden the Detroit Lions have one of the top best film crews that does interviews with the free agent signings, and they're great. They're great interviews. Look at Hard Knocks.
What's your point, Chad? Get to it.
I'm getting to my point. Look at how it's almost like the league is like saying, "Here you guys go." It's like they
That's a great point, Chad. And that I think there is something to that. I mean, it's indicative of getting the inaugural game against the Chiefs. They don't put up mutton chop teams against the champs on the inaugural game. They put up a team they think is going to give them a run and make it interesting. And it's certainly some street cred that they gave the Lions for giving them that game. Also, 5 times in the prime time slot this year. Another indicator that the league views the Detroit Lions as a contender. So that's a great point, Chad. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, man. I don't think I could have finished it any better than you did.
I guarantee you couldn't have.
Honest, no, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm going to get back, man. Do the round table, ask questions, and get to me with a question.
Well, hey, Chad said so. We might as well do it. Russell Wayne, what do you think of that take? That the Lions, the league is starting to recognize the Lions and give them a break, maybe, and maybe not have this. I don't know. It's hard because we as Lions fans, we always feel like they were out to get us.
Well, I mean, if playing the Super Bowl champions week 1 is a break, then I don't know what would be.
Not a break. It's not a break.
But I think that, I think that is a show of respect.
There it is.
And I do believe that they've built the type of culture regardless of, what Jamison Williams did on his phone. I mean, you can tell because we've been around bad culture for so long and we know what it's like when it's not right. And you just got this feeling you're not really having a hope of doing anything, but it really feels like the guys are doing the right thing, and I think that the NFL is actually taking notice. So, I think there is some truth to that.
Right on. Well, we're running up against it. So, John Dorn, we'll kick it over to you and give us one more terrible take.
One more terrible take? Okay. Well, here's a good take. The Lions are going to fucking probably self-destruct, probably. So, it's the Lions, same old Lions.
Same old Lions. The Lions will self-destruct. Bill, the Packer fan, you out? Okay. Chad, you got a parting shot for this Packer fan who says we're just going to stink out the gate and crumble?
Absolutely.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
He's drunk, just like me.
No, actually, I'm straight.
No, we're not.
I mean, what's your record? 12, 22, and 1?
Well, it doesn't matter.
I mean, you guys never had a full season.
Hey, well,
what's our record versus the
season
Packers?
Start yet? Wait a minute. No, hang on.
See, that's the only time you can beat us. Either we pull our players or
One
we play bad offense.
Are you serious, man? What
You had
do
a
you
fluke
think
like
you're
a
going to
season
do?
last year.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what?
Trade the wave.
You got a good defense. I will give you that. Okay? You got a quarterback that scares me. I'll give you that. We don't know what he's going to do. You know what? He could collapse. That quarterback could collapse. Okay? Love could be a flop. Nobody knows. Okay? Yeah, does it make me nervous? Wait. We're way better than
Okay.
You
All
think
right.
so. You
We're
think
way
so.
better. We've got a new guest. We'd like to welcome to the program Trey the Wave Colts fans. And then then we got a / Packers. What's up, Trey the Wave?
What's up? How's it going?
It's going good. So are you representing the Colts or the Packers? I'm confused.
First I'm a Colts fan, and then I'm a Packers fan / Aaron Rodgers fan. So it's very complicated because half of my family is a Packers fan, and half of my family is a Colts fan. So, yeah.
Well,
It's
when
complicated.
the Colts play the Packers, who do you root for?
Oh, I root for the Colts all day. So no
Okay, so
offense,
it's Stay the
'cause-
Wave. He's a Colts fan. Welcome to the side of the tracks where you're not all the way a Packer fan. We like that. So, Trey the Wave, who do you think wins the North this year?
Oh, I think it's going to be like a three-headed race between the Packers and the Lions and the Bears. In my opinion, that's about it.
So you don't even
'Cause,
think
A,
the Vikings are in the conversation?
Because we don't know what the Vikings is going to do this year. Sometimes their record
I
will
do.
be good. Sometimes records will be bad. And I
No,
don't
they've
know how
got,
about
they've
the
gotten rid
Lions.
of
The Lions,
all their players, Trey. They're going to stink. We're all pretty much counting on that.
think
They might win a few games because they've got a decent quarterback and one of the best receivers in the league. But other than that, they got nothing. So I want to ask you, as a Colts fan, do you want to see Anthony Richardson start?
I wanted him to start because it's been a long time since we had a good QB since Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning. I miss those days when we made the playoffs. I just miss it so much. And I hope we go like.
What's that like anyway? Going to the playoffs. What is that even like?
Yeah, as Lions fans, we don't know about this thing you're speaking of.
It's great, but you know what's the funny thing is about that?
Speak of.
I'm tired of Jacksonville.
There's nothing funny about that.
Jacksonville, I hate that.
Hold on, Trey. Tell us what you're tired of.
There's nothing funny about that. He said you want to know what's funny about that?
Yeah, and then you interrupted him. Go ahead, Trey. Finish.
About that? You know Jacksonville? Jaguars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't beat them in Jacksonville for some reason. I don't know why. It's frustrating about that. I'm so mad about that. Every single time.
Yeah,
we can't beat them since like 2014 or something like that.
Okay. Well, this is NFC North.
Yeah, that's it. That's true.
So tell me what you want to tell me about the Packers.
Okay, the Packers. I think they're going to do good this year and stuff. And I hope Jordan Love becomes the next Hall of Fame quarterback. In my opinion.
Oh, he will be.
Because if that do, it would be bad.
Greg Rice says, "Sorry, gents, I bailed for chicken cordon bleu."
Well, that's a hard choice.
He sold me out for some ham and Swiss.
I tell you, Lion fans, I tell you,
chicken breast wrapped around some ham and Swiss sounds pretty good to me right now, actually. Hey, well, thanks everybody for joining us. It is the NFC North Open Mic. We're here 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday. Be sure to check us out, the main event. Follow our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's the fuel that keeps us going. By the way, in case you didn't know, it doesn't cost a damn thing. It doesn't cost anything. Share, hit that button. It helps us immensely. We can keep on coming on here and ripping Packer fans apart for your pleasure. For Russell Wayne, the maestro, and our panel of headliners, I'm Main Event Mike saying God bless each and every one of you. Peace out.
18.
Go back, go.
Peace.
If you want to stick around for the encore, I got a few minutes. If you guys want to talk a little bit of that football,